So not fair. Welcome to yoga from our Mercy Health Stepping Out program. My name is Michelle, and we will start our class in our easy pose. Just be comfortable, and we'll start to breathe. And with our breath, we just try to calm our mind, quiet those thoughts, and try to bring your focus and your presence right here and now. Be in this moment. Pressing both palms together at our heart center. Let our chin sink to our chest. And set your intention for your practice this evening. What do you hope to get out of your time on the mat? Go ahead and lift your head. And we'll begin by lowering our arms, and we'll start with a big breath, inhaling the hands up to the sky. And as you exhale, that right hand is going to come right to our left knee, and you're going to just roll up to a straight back into a gentle spinal twist to the left, looking over the left shoulder. Release, and we'll inhale again, up. Exhale the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind, and look over the right shoulder. And release back to the front. Inhale both hands up. As you exhale, release both hands down and back behind you. See if you can interlace the fingers together and straighten those arms out. If that's a little too much for you, you can put both hands on your hips and do the same stretch, opening up the chest. And release our hands. Bring the soles of our feet together in front of us for our cobbler's pose. And just very gently bounce our knees. Coming to stillness, fold forward. Let those hips wake up a little bit, get some lubrication in them so that our session today flows nice and smooth. Try to think about relaxing the back and the neck, letting the head just grow heavy, and that with each exhale, try to just surrender your body a little bit more. roll up to a seated position. And we can straighten our legs out in front of us into a staff pose. Flex the toes up, sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to draw in that left knee. Right hand stays anchored to the earth, and our left hand is going to reach up and over. Now we're going to keep those shoulders stacked, and we probably won't have a difficult time with our sits bones, but this time we need to be careful that our knee doesn't go out with us to offset the weight. So keep that knee upright and bend over to the right. Inhale up. Exhale that leg forward. And let's go ahead and just relax into a forward fold here. Same idea as when we were in our cobbler pose. Let the back be relaxed and the neck loose. And with each exhale, try to just surrender a little bit more, letting go of your upper body. Okay, and we're going to roll up to our seated position. We'll draw the right leg in with us this time. Plant the left hand down, and that right hand is going to reach up and over. And back up to a seated position. We'll swing both legs underneath us, coming to our tabletop. Make sure our wrist is directly in line with our shoulder and that our knees are in line with our hip. Make our knees hip distance apart and keep our core engaged. Let's start with our cat-cow breathing. If you already are familiar with this, feel free to go ahead and just begin. If you are not, as we inhale, we're going to drop that belly and open up the chest. And then as you exhale, tuck in the tailbone and the chin, arching the back up, emptying those lungs. And then go right back into your inhale and exhale. Follow your natural breath. Go at your own pace. And finish one more set, and you can all meet in a neutral spine. Tucking our toes under, we're going to let our bottoms sink back to our heels, and we're going to sit up, if you're able to, into a hero pose. If that's too intense, you can give it a try with the toes not tucked in. Or again, if your knees are talking to you, you can always go up onto your knees. So we're going to inhale our hands up. As we exhale, we'll bring both hands behind our back, clasp the fingers, And straighten it out so we can open up that chest again. And just like earlier, if that's too deep for you, your hands can go on your hips and you can stretch that way. Then we're going to release, coming forward on our hands so we can release the toes as well. And let our hips sink back to the heels again. This time we're going to stretch the hands forward and come into a child's pose. Resting our forehead on the mat. Or maybe tonight you're going to draw the hands in under your forehead. Whatever feels good for you. Rolling all the way up and through. We're going to lower down to our mats so we can stretch our back for our cobra. Hands stay underneath our shoulders. And as we inhale, we're going to push up. Keep those shoulders pressed down and the elbows pressed in. And when you get to the highest part where you're going, you're going to look forward so that your spine can stay elongated. And then you'll exhale back down. Let's do that again. We'll inhale up. And exhale down. And I don't know why I like threes, but we'll do one last time. Inhale up, maybe try a little higher. See if you can keep that back still elongating. Find where your sweet spot is and go ahead and exhale down. We're going to press our hips back up through tabletop, tucking the toes, and coming into downward facing dog. You can walk your heels one at a time to get the backs of our leg stretched out, massaged a little bit. We keep looking in between our feet. And that puts our ears in between our arms. Shoulders stay active. Tilting the pelvis forward, you get that nice sharp line from the heel of your hand up to your tailbone. And you start to press those heels towards your mat. Now try to go up on your tippy toes here. And we'll roll all the way back down. Try to go back up on your tippy toes. And back down. And let's walk our feet up to our hands. Go ahead and grasp the opposite elbow. And with a little bit of swaying around, you can release the hands and very slowly start to roll up to the mountain pose. All right, once we get to mountain, we need to do our body check so that we feel how we should feel every time we come here. Imagine the energy flowing down our back so that tailbone is tucked under. All four corners of our feet have equal weight distribution. Our thighs are active, so they're pulling up as that energy is flowing up our front. Our core engaged. Our shoulders are pressed down and back. And our neck is in alignment with our spine. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. When we're in flat back, your hands maybe are touching the mat. Maybe it feels better to go somewhere on your legs, maybe your shin or up to your thighs. The point being, we want that spine nice and long, keeping length in the neck as well. And we're going to exhale, forward fold. With a bend in our knees, we're going to inhale both hands up. And bring that energy down to our heart center, coming back to mountain pose. And we'll do a few more breaths like that. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. And exhale, bring your hands to our heart center. One more round. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. And exhale our hands to our heart center. Inhale, hands up. Now exhale, we're going to stay standing. Exhale the arms down, back behind us. See if you can interlace those fingers. See if you can get the other thumb on top than you have been doing the last two. And then straighten those hands out. That feels so strange. Or your hands are on your hips, opening that chest out. And fold forward gently. Let the arms fall over our head. Release the hands with control down to your mat. We're going to step back into a low lunge with that right foot. Ankle in line with that knee. Really pressing that right hip forward and drawing the left hip back so we get a good stretch in here. And the other thing we're going to work on today, a lot of us always, myself included, you guys know I always do what I do wrong and say it. We keep ourselves sort of hunched over. Sorry, a little turtled over, if you will. We're going to try to start making it a better, when we get down here, to have a nice straight back so that we have more posture correctness and less injury, okay? So we're gonna have our fingers light as soon as we can every time. And just to test it, we're gonna go ahead and lift up just for a second here. Lift up and come on back down. And we're going to go ahead and push off of that right foot, up to the left. Exhale, forward fold. Now as we come to our flat back, inhale. We're going to exhale, forward fold. And then take that big step back with the left foot for our low lunge. Think about being light on our fingers. And then we'll test it out, engage that core to make sure that you can float up. And we can go back down. This time the right foot comes back to meet the left into a plank. You can always go down to your knees for our half plank. Wherever you are, we're going to lower down to our mat. Inhale up to a cobra. Exhale down to your mat. Inhale through plank. And exhale those hips up. Bend both knees, look to the top. of your mat, and you can make your way there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. And bring our hands to our heart center. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Big step back with that right foot to a low lunge. Test the waters, lift up. Coming back down. We're just gonna add the twist this time. So right hand stays anchored, left hand goes up to the sky. Left hand back down. Push off with that right foot. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Take a big step back with the left foot. Give it a nice test. Float up. Back down. Left hand plants. Right hand, twist open. Right hand comes down, and we'll do a vinyasa flow here. Right foot comes back to meet the left. You can either do your plank or a half plank. Lower to your mat. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale to the mat. Inhale to plank. Lift those hips up. Downward facing dog. Bend both knees deeply. Look to the top of your mat. Make your way there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Bring our hands to our heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. This time we're going to step back to a warrior one. So that right foot comes back, but you're going to have it at a 45-degree angle. As we bend that front knee, we lift. Our hips are square to the front of our mat. Our hands come up. Let the hands peel down beside us. And if you can, interlace back behind us, straightening the arms to open up the chest. And leaning forward. Keep a straight back here. And then if you want to, you can fold all the way forward, letting those arms come over our head. The crown of your head goes towards your mat. Peaceful warrior, sorry. All right, and then we're gonna release the hands down, and we're gonna go straight up into a half moon. So as we push up, our hands have us anchored here. You push up, you're gonna lift that right leg up to this, well, not all the way to the sky. The leg stays parallel to the earth. Foot is flexed. Once you have your balance with the left hand, the right hand reaches up to the sky. And if you can, look up to that hand. Lower the right hand down. And if you want to do a quick split, And then lower that right foot down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Same thing, other side. So we'll start with our warrior one. Let the hands peel down beside you. Fingers interlace behind. Straighten the arms out. We're going to go into that peaceful warrior. So we lean over that bent leg. Remain in control here. Don't just collapse onto that thigh. And then if you want, you can release the crown of your head towards the mat and let your arms go over your head. Everybody go ahead and release your hands down. And again, we're going to push up to that half moon. So push off with that left foot. Leg stays parallel to the earth. Feet flex. Right hand stays down. And left hand goes up to the sky. And if you can, look up to that left hand. Release the left hand down, bring that, oops, if you want to do a split first, and then bring that foot down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands to our heart center. All right, and we'll take our big step out. So we have a nice wide stance. Make sure our toes are at an angle here because we will be doing goddess squats. So we need to make sure that our knees can go over the toes. So hands reach out. So we're big star here, keeping our shoulders pressed down. And as we bend into the goddess squat, upper body stays upright. Don't let it go forward. So upright, and we're gonna bend those knees straight over the toes as far as you can without losing your posture. And those arms come down to a cactus pose. Looking good. All right, let's go ahead and raise back up, and we'll sink back down, and up, 3, up, 4, up, and 5, and back up. Hands come back behind us. Interlace those fingers. Straighten those arms out. And if that feels good, let's go ahead and fold forward deeply, letting the hands fall over our head. And you can release your hands whenever you want here. And let's put the hands directly under your face. Plant that left hand, right hand will reach up for a spinal twist. Right hand down, and we'll bring the left hand up. Left hand down. Bring both hands to your waist, and with a straight back, stand all the way up. And take a big step back to the top of your mat. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Take a big step back with that right foot and then the left. We're gonna go straight into our plank here. While we're in plank, really think about those supporting those active shoulders. We're gonna drop the right knee and lift, left, back, right, left, 3, 4, and 5. If you can do just the knife blades, 1, other side, 2, 3, 4, come on, one more, 5, yay, and lower down to your mat. Whew. You can bring both hands under your forehead for a crocodile. I think we should do that pose more often. And we'll draw that right knee up beside us. And release that leg down. And draw the left leg up beside us. And bring the left leg back. We're going to press up through our tabletop, cross your feet, so we can come to a seated position. Down to the mat here. We're going to straighten our legs. And you can do your roll down. So hands out. Go ahead back down. Don't let those heels up. Take a big long body stretch as long as you can make it. Release the hands back to your belly. I didn't make it on my mat somehow there. Let's draw in the left foot so we have that left knee bent and the right leg is straight. And we're going to raise that right leg up to the sky. And now we're going to press into that left foot, lifting our hips up off of the mat. And we're going to do that 5 times. And 5. Let's just lower the right leg down, straight. Don't let it touch the earth. Back up. 2. Lower. 3. 4. And 5. Flex the foot and bend that knee deeply. See if you can reach up with the right hand. Pull it in a little bit further. Half of a happy baby. Give it a nice little rock. As you release, you're going to let that right ankle cross over your left thigh. Draw the left thigh up towards your chest as far as you can. And then you're going to reach down with both hands back behind the left thigh. And as you lay back, gently pull it back more towards you. A reclining pigeon pose. And let's go ahead and release the left foot down. Let both hands come out alongside our bodies so that we can drop the legs towards the left. So that right leg is still crossed over the left, and you're just going to let them come over to the left side here. And then you can look over your right shoulder. Look up back to the sky, bring our legs back, and now we can plant the right foot, keeping that right knee bent, and we'll extend the left leg up to the sky. So we'll start with those lifts first. So we're going to lift our bottom up off of the earth. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. And lower that left leg down and up. That's 2. Down, up, 3, 4, and 5. Flex those toes. Draw the knee in towards your armpit, reaching up with that left hand, and rock back and forth for half of a happy baby. Let that left ankle cross over the right thigh. Draw the right thigh in towards the body as far as you can without help. Then reach down behind that leg with your fingers, interlacing them, and lay back down, pulling that thigh back with you. Reclining pigeon. Release that right leg back down, and you're going to let both legs fall towards the right. Arms are extended out from your sides, and if it feels good, you can look over that left shoulder. Head back up. Draw both legs up, and we'll release the left foot down to the earth as well. Walk both feet up as close as you can to your sits bones. Both hands, arms will come down alongside your body. We're going to go up into a supported bridge. So you start with that tilted pelvis, and then raise the pelvis up to the sky, very slowly raising one vertebrae up at a time. Okay, and just as slowly, we'll roll right back down to our mats. And as we go into Shavasana, if you need any props to make yourself comfortable, now's the time to go ahead and grab that. And then you can straighten out first one leg and then the other. Shavasana is the portion of your practice where you are just quiet and you are able to surrender over to that final stage of your practice, the most important stage of your practice. This is what we work towards the whole time. So we'll start by first relaxing our toes. And feel that sweet relaxation creep through the feet and gently up the legs. Breathe into the hips. And with every single breath that we take, feel ourselves just growing heavier and melting into our mats. Relax the hands, letting our fingers curl as they wish. And feel that sense of surrender slowly climb up our arms. Breathe relaxation into our shoulders, however many breaths that takes, followed into the neck and even the jaw. Maybe even letting your mouth open up a little bit as you relax and release. Finally, relax the muscles in our face. And just imagine releasing all of the tension and stress that we have out of the crown of our heads, because we don't have any room for that now. And just breathe.